Hello, Richmond County residents. Celeste Gotell coming to you from Seniors Take Action Coalition, bringing you the calendar of events called What's Happening. And that's a project that we offer in partnership with Gotell. It's a calendar that we produce monthly to share information about the activities and events of interest to older adults in Richmond County. It's produced monthly, but it airs weekly or daily on Gotell at 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. And I produce this weekly version of the calendar that is up to date and can be accessed throughout social media. Hard copies of the original calendar that's produced, which may be subject to change because once it's printed, then we know the day it's printed, it could go out of date. Hard copies are available at the local MLA's office, the municipal office. We also share the calendar with our seniors clubs and other individuals that could make it available potentially for folks if they weren't able to access this through the internet and if they don't have a television to watch Gotell. But the Senior Center Without Walls is the way in which we bring our programming to folks in Richmond County because we don't have a physical space, but we partner with local clubs and other organizations to bring programming to you through the Seniors Take Action Coalition. Calendar we've been doing for almost 2 years now, and the Gotell version, which I'm doing now, we've been doing since almost a year. It was actually a year in November last year that we got that underway. So again, it airs 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. daily. Let's start off with the 29th of November. Now, there is going to be a lot of information that I'm going to be sharing because there are a lot of things going on throughout the month of December. We are also entering the winter season, so I just want to give you a heads up that it's always important that if there is a weather event that you check in advance to see if these activities are taking place. We know of a potential weather event that's coming up next Tuesday into Wednesday, so December 2nd and 3rd. So that may affect programming that I am going to be sharing with you momentarily. So Saturday the 29th, the Richmond Artist Alliance Art Gallery is taking place at the Disco Civic Improvement Hall. And that goes from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now, that's going to be winding up in December. So if you have not yet had a chance to check out the art gallery, this is a great opportunity to do so and see some of the local art that's being produced by people right here in Richmond County, some beautiful pieces. There'll be a club breakfast in the Lordways Community Center. That's the men's club breakfast that will get underway in Lordways from 8 to 10 a.m. Then there's a number of markets taking place this coming weekend. There's a Christmas market at the St. Peter's Lions Hall in St. Peter's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's one at the West Bay Community Center from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and that will have music and a bake sale as well. There's a Christmas craft fair at the Community Hall in Butlertech, and that goes from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. There's also a veteran social that's happening at Branch 150 Legion at Ayrshire that gets underway at 2 p.m. All veterans are invited to attend that. There is a vaccination clinic happening at the Bonnie Bray Club in St. Peter's, and that's through Public Health. It's from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and no appointment is necessary to take part in that. There's also an event taking place at the Anne Sampson Building in River Bourgeois. It's called Seniors Connecting. It's a free event. It goes from 2 to 4 p.m. and it's Tune, Tales, and Treat, Gaelic Traditions of Fiddle and Harp. Sounds like a lovely afternoon. You could go get your vaccination and then check out that on your way home. That evening, again, Branch 150 Legion in Ayrshire, there's a Tarbish tournament that will be happening. Gets underway at 7 p.m. Bring your partner along and there'll be prizes awarded for that. That brings us to Sunday, Sunday the 30th. So let's see what's happening on Sunday the 30th. Well, we've got Christmas at the Lenoir Forge Museum in Ayrshire, and that goes from 2:30 to 5:30. And that is lots of activities happening for the kids for the afternoon, hot chocolate, etc. And then the Almadam New Horizons Club will have cribbage at 6 p.m. that day in Ayrshire. There's also a Christmas bazaar happening at the St. Louis Parish Hall in Louisdale. There's a Christmas bazaar, there's a turkey dinner, and then it's followed by a merchandise bingo. So that's an all-day affair. You can take that in. There's a bake sale happening at the Lordways Community Center in Lordways from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then in Javerns Island, there is a holiday decor swap and cookie exchange and a youth maker swap. So it's an opportunity if you want to kind of swap some of your holiday decor or go away with something different. And that's at the Javerns Island Community Center, and that gets underway at 2 p.m. So that's Sunday the 30th. So let's start off December, Monday the 1st, Mass underway at the Discoos Civic Improvement Hall. That starts at 9:30. That's the first Monday of every month, in case people are interested. And then there's line dancing. It's a drop-in program at the West Bay Community Center, and that goes from 10 a.m. till noon. And then the Seniors Take Action Coalition will be having a gathering at the Almadam New Horizons Club in Ayrshire that gets underway at 10 a.m. And that's with the board of directors and some of our club members and other members to do a bit of planning for the future. Let's see. That's it for Monday the 1st. December the 2nd, the Jolly Club will have the regular sewing club, and that gets underway at 9 a.m. in Lordways. Then Tuesday morning, there's a coffee tea drop-in at the West Bay Fire Hall, and that happens from 10 a.m. till noon. Again, it's weather permitting, and that's the case in all instances with a lot of these events. Digital wellness with Arlene Boudreau with Richmond Literacy, an opportunity to get some support with your digital devices, whether it's a cell phone, a laptop, or a tablet. She's at the Lordways Jolly Club, 9 a.m. to 11:45 every Tuesday, and then at the Richmond Literacy office from 12:30 to 3:30. Now, I will mention that some of these programs may change throughout the month of December because of the holidays. So digital wellness will only be available for the first couple of weeks of December. Sonia will be offering her Pilates Wellness Circle, followed by herbal tea and a social at the Royal Canadian Legion in Ayrshire. That is gets underway, and that's 10 a.m. till noon, and it's a drop-in program. Then we've also got Cafe Remnants happening at the Kingston Center in Lordways, and that goes from 1 to 2:30 p.m. And that's an opportunity for people who have memory-related issues to come together. And this time they're going to have a special guest artist. So that's from 1 till 2:30, and you can call Rachel at the Dr. Kingston Center to register for that. The Almadam New Horizons Club has their Pay Me card game at 6:30 in Ayrshire. And then there's 2:45 card games happening on Tuesday evenings, one at the St. George's Channel Hall at 7:30, and one at the Acadiaville Community Center Hall in West Ayrshire, also at 7:30. That takes us to Wednesday, December 3rd. And if you recall earlier, I mentioned that there may be a potential weather event happening between Tuesday and Wednesday, so you might want to call ahead for these things if that should come to fruition. Sonia does Nova Scotia walks on Pondville Beach, and that happens at 10 a.m. And again, that's also subject to weather. There's a weekly coffee that happens at the Red Islands Fire Department from 10 a.m. till 12 noon. Also a morning coffee at St. George's Channel from 10 to 12 noon on Wednesdays. Arlene's available to support people with their digital wellness program at the St. Peter's office. In St. Peter's at Richmond Literacy from 8:30 till 9:45 a.m. and then again from 11:30 till 2 p.m. Riverdale Seniors Club has their get-together lunch in Low River from 12 noon to 2 p.m. And then there's a caregiver support group that has started up and is meeting in Ayrshire at the Almadam New Horizons Club. They go from 10:30 till 12:30. And you have to call to register for that program. So you can call Caregivers Nova Scotia at 1-877-488-7390 to learn more about that. And then also weather permitted, there's going to be a support and share program at the Bonnie Bray Seniors Club in St. Peter's. That's Bereaved Families Nova Scotia. And it's facilitated by myself and Sonia. And it's an opportunity for people who are experiencing grief just to come in for a one-of drop-in program to just get a bit of support. Particularly, we'll be talking about how to kind of manage grief with the upcoming holidays. So you can call to register for that program at 902-564 6795. Line dancing happening at the St. Louis Parish Hall in Louisdale from 2 to 4. It's a drop-in program. And then there's an event at the River Roots, Seniors Connecting Wreath Making. It's free and it's with a local artist. And you can call Rachel at the Dr. Kingston Center. And that goes from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday the 3rd. That brings us to Thursday, December 4th. The Pettigrew Library has a conversation club that goes at 12 noon, and that allows people to practice their conversational skills in French. There's a coffee and conversation that happens at the West Bay Community Center, and that goes from 10 a.m. till 12 noon. Again, Arlene's available to offer her digital wellness support at the Richmond County Municipal Office from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then at the Discoos Civic Improvement Center at 1 p.m. till 2:30. Walking group happening at 11 a.m. at the Dr. Kingston Center. You gather there and leave at 11 a.m. And again, that's subject to weather. There's a cross-stitch group that gets together now at the Discoos Civic Improvement Hall every Thursday afternoon at 1 p.m. And that's a drop-in program. And there's also a drop-in program at the Johnstown Red Islands Fire Department. And that's a sewing and handicraft group. And they get together at 1 p.m. on Thursdays. The adult drop-in in St. Peter's Lions Hall from 1 to 4 p.m. And if you're interested in learning more about that, you can call Rachel at the Dr. Kingston Center about that as well. So that's Thursday the 4th. That brings us to the 5th. Friday the 5th, there's an informal group that meets at the Pettigrew Library from 2 to 4 p.m. It's called Fiber Club, and it's knitting and crocheting, etc. It's a drop-in type program. There's also a what's called a 6-week stride for strength and wellness that's going to be starting up at the Royal Canadian Legion in Ayrshire, and that's with Sonia, and it's a drop-in $7 weekly fee, or it's $35 for the 6-week program. So you can check that out if you're interested in doing that. So at the Royal Canadian Legion in Ayrshire, beginning at 10 till 11 a.m. Couple of events happening related to the holidays. There's a night of Christmas that gets underway at 6:30. Christmas music with the Broussard family and friends at La Picasse and Petit de Gras, and cash donations to the Almadam Food Bank. And there's also Christmas in the Village annual tree lighting will be happening at the St. Peter's Community Culture and Heritage Green Space. That gets underway at 6 p.m. Going to be hot chocolate there, Christmas cookies, and a visit with Santa. There's also a Christmas Carol sing-along at the St. George's Channel Hall at 7 p.m. on Friday the 5th. And that is with Adam Cook. There's going to be music and some goodies that will be taking place at that time. Weekends on Saturday the 6th with a holiday market at the Discoos Civic Improvement Hall, the Angel Fund Holiday Market from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Then the Almadam Fire Department and RCMP will be having a community food drive in Ayrshire from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Co-op. There's a Christmas art show and sale at the Richmond Artists Alliance Gallery at the Discoos Civic Improvement Hall. So that's an opportunity to purchase some items that have been created by the local artists. There's also a music circle happening at the Legion Branch 150 in Ayrshire, and you can bring along your own instruments, and that gets underway at 2 p.m. And the Rocky Bay Irish Club will be having their annual tree lighting at 6:30 in Rocky Bay, and that will be followed by music, and that's a free event. And the Lordways will be having their annual Christmas parade and children's party that gets underway at 5:30. It's going to be followed by a visit by Santa and some activities. And a tree lighting will take place with that as well. So it's a big week, the week of November 29th, right through till December 6th. And I'll be updating the calendar online as new information becomes available. So I thank you for joining in, and we'll see you next time.